Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty specific, a really high-stakes communication challenge.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
It's task 9 from the Duolingo English Test. You know, the read, then speak one.
Ah, right. That one can be tricky.
Exactly. And we've got some great source material here. Our mission really is to pull out the key strategies, the insights, to give you a clear path for handling this speaking task.
And what's fascinating, like you said, is how it's evaluated.
Totally, especially knowing there's an algorithm involved that just, well, it changes things, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's a different way of thinking about communication when it's not a person listening in the same way.
Okay, so let's break it down. Task 9. What's the basic idea?
Well, you get a general question, right? And then some sub-questions to guide you.
And you read those, then hit record and just speak your answer.
Yep. And the clock's ticking. You've got at least 30 seconds.
But no more than 90 seconds, right? A
Yeah.
minute and a half max.
That's it. It feels short when you're trying to cover everything.
It really does. And this brings us straight back to the algorithm you mentioned.
Right. Because the sources are pretty clear on this. It's not a human grading you on, like, personality or deep thoughts.
No charm offensive needed then.
Huh. Probably not. It's a machine.
Hmm.
And it's listening for specific things, patterns.
So what's the big takeaway there?
Pace. Your speaking pace is just paramount. The algorithm likes predictability,
Okay.
meaning you need a steady, even flow. Not super fast, so words get jumbled,
Mm-hmm.
but also not too slow with lots of, long, awkward gaps.
What a consistent rhythm.
Exactly. Think steady jog, not a sprint or a crawl. Practicing that rhythm, maybe even just focusing on saying each word clearly, that can help embed it.
That's a really key point. Predictable timing, not just overall speed.
Okay.
Okay, so if consistency is vital for the algorithm, how do we actually structure the response?
Structure, yes. That's the other huge piece. The sources lay out a pretty good blueprint.
What does that look like?
Well, start strong. A clear topic sentence right at the beginning.
Got it. Then what?
Then use those sub-questions they give you. Treat them like support sentences for your main idea.
Okay, so they're basically signposts.
Precisely. And for each one, you need to add some detail. Give examples. Flesh it out a bit.
Makes sense. And then,
And then, if you manage your time well, wrap it up with a concluding sentence. Just ties it all together nicely.
the sources mention paragraphing in spoken English. That sounds a bit odd. What do they mean?
Yeah, it's not like you pause for ages. It's more about signaling your main points with your voice,
How so?
like using very slight natural pauses between sections, maybe changing your intonation a little.
Or even just clearly stating the topic when each sub-question you're addressing.
Exactly. It helps chunk the information, makes it easier for the listener and the algorithm to follow your logic, creates that clear, organized flow.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, something else I found really interesting. This came directly from Duolingo's own guide.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
They say, just like with writing, vary your sentence structure and word choice as much as possible.
Huh. That is interesting. Because under pressure, you tend to simplify, right? Use the same basic sentences.
Totally. But they're actually pushing for more dynamism. It's not about super complex grammar, I think.
No, probably not. More about mixing it up a bit.
Yeah, like maybe sometimes start a sentence differently. Use an endly word, like, importantly, I learned.
Or combine a couple of short ideas into one longer sentence using and or because.
Right. Just subtle shifts to avoid sounding monotonous, but without losing clarity.
And that variation, especially layered onto that good structure we talked about,
Yeah.
that definitely signals a higher level of proficiency to the algorithm. Shows you have command of the language beyond just basic answers. It feeds into that perception of an organized response.
Okay, this is all good in theory. Let's make it really concrete. Can we look at some of those example prompts?
Sure. The sources gave a couple of good ones. First one was about sports.
Right. Describe your favorite sport to watch on TV.
And the sub-questions were things like, what is it? Why do you like it?
When do you watch it? And why is it your favorite? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, guide you right through it. And the second one,
That was about a hobby. Talk about a hobby or activity that you enjoy doing.
okay. And the sub-questions.
What is it? How long have you been doing it? Who do you do it with? And why is it important to you?
See, those sub-questions really do act like a built-in outline. They give you the natural points to expand on.
They really do. Okay, now let's dig into that sample response the sources provided. For the hobby question, right? The reading example.
Yeah, that was a good one. Short, concise.
88 words, so well within that 90-second limit.
Yeah.
It kicks off with that clear topic sentence. My favorite hobby is reading. Simple.
Textbook start. Then it moves right into the how long part.
Yep. I have been reading all sorts of books for 15 years, and then adds detail. Because I study economics at college now, I tend to read more business journals and articles.
And that because I study economics.
Ah,
That's a nice touch of varied sentence structure, just like we were saying.
good point. Okay, next up, who do you do it with?
The response says, "It is a lonely task, but sometimes I can discuss what I read with friends or my classmates."
That, but sometimes adds a bit of nuance. It's
Mm.
not just a simple answer.
Right. And finally, the why it's important part.
Reading is important because I read fiction and nonfiction books, and it increases my understanding of many topics and vocabulary.
And connects it to the future, too.
Yeah. These things will be important when I graduate and deal with clients after I land my first job. Covers all the bases.
It really does. And if you think about the bigger picture, that example nails it. It weaves in the details, answers every sub-question.
All while presumably keeping that steady pace and clear structure.
Exactly. You can almost hear those slight pauses, the vocal paragraph breaks
Yeah.
as it shifts topics. It's good communication, period, not just for the test.
So let's boil this down. What does this all mean for you, the listener? Whether you're prepping for Duolingo or just want to speak more effectively.
Well, I think it comes down to a few core things.
Right.
Like the power of having a clear structure, almost like a formula.
And making absolutely sure you answer all parts of the question, no skipping.
Definitely. And that surprising importance of a consistent, even pace. It helps clarity for algorithms and humans.
It's almost like learning the algorithm's preferred dialect, which just
Yeah.
happens to be very clear, organized thinking expressed out loud.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
So recapping for that Duolingo task, structure, pace, and cover everything.
Got it.
But, this raises a bigger question, doesn't it?
Go on.
How do these same principles, being organized, clear, detailed, well-paced, apply outside of a test setting?
You mean in everyday life? Or work?
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about job interviews, or giving a presentation, or even just explaining something complicated to a friend.
Yeah, those skills are transferable.
Totally. They're not just test tricks. They're fundamental communication skills
Mhm.
for any time the stakes are even slightly high. So maybe you think about where you could apply some of this, structure and clarity in your own life this week.